As school children, we learn addition and subtraction before multiplication and division. But when it comes to fractions, it's actually far easier to multiply and divide them than it is to add and subtract them. So in this video, we're going to review multiplication and division of fractions. We'll start with a simple example, 1/2 times 3/5. All we need to do when multiplying fractions is to multiply across the numerator and then to multiply across the denominator. So 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 times 5 is 10. So 1/2 times 3/5 is equal to 3/10. We can prove that this is the case by converting 1/2 and 3/5 to decimals. So this is the same as saying 0.5 times 0.6. And if we multiply 0.5 and 0.6 together, we get 0.3, which is 3/10. For our second example, we have x minus 2 over 3 times x minus 2 over 4x. So again, very simple. We just multiply across the numerators, so now we get x minus 2 squared over 12x. Our next example is a probability question. If the probability of A is 3/10 and the probability of B is 2/5, what is the probability of A and B? We're going to assume that these are independent events because the question does not specify otherwise. So when we're doing a probability question like this, when we are doing a probability of something and something else, we simply multiply their probabilities together. So we can take 3/10 times 2/5, and that'll give us 6 over 50. Of course, we can reduce 6 over 50 to 3 over 25, and that'll be our most simplified answer. What about division? So far, we've done multiplication of fractions. How does division differ? Well, all we need to do for division is multiply by the reciprocal. So if we have 1/2 divided by 3/5, we can rewrite that as 1/2 times 5/3. And then it's a simple multiplication problem. So that's going to give us 5 over 6. We can also write division problems differently. Instead of using the division sign, we can write a fraction over another fraction. So we have x minus 2 over 3 divided by x minus 2 over 4x. So this is the same as writing x minus 2 over 3 divided by x minus 2 over 4x. That, of course, is equal to x minus 2 over 3 times 4x over x minus 2. So now what we get when we multiply across, our x minus 2's are going to cancel out, and we'll simply be left with 4x over 3 as our final answer.